This is the most popular design of tortoise housing on the market today for young animals. It's known as a tortoise table, and you can buy this type of design in most reptile stores quite easily, and they come in a flat pack form that you can simply assemble at home. You can either have them freestanding, buying just the table and position that on a chest, or you can opt for a stand as well. What we have at this end of the tortoise table is a retreat for your pet. Here are just some of the reptile substrates available as a lining for your tortoise table. The actual choice of substrate is really down to the type of tortoise that you're keeping. Some are more suited for the Mediterranean type. These are specially formulated so that they won't cause any harm if some of this gets stuck to the tortoise's food and swallowed. Once we've got the floor covering in place, the other thing to think about is how we're going to lay out the decor within the enclosure. Two key elements obviously are a food bowl and a water bowl for your pet. Heating and lighting for the tortoise table is a lot easier now than it used to be, thanks to the development of advanced lighting systems. As far as heat is concerned, that's IR, infrared. That's the warmth that comes from the sun that we feel on our backs. The ultraviolet light is another part of the lighting spectrum, and that is also key for us and for tortoises, simply because it helps with the UVA to stimulate the tortoise's appetite, and the UVB serves to ensure that the calcium in the tortoise's diet is being metabolized correctly, and that's achieved by the UVB falling on the tortoise's skin and creating vitamin D3. The other thing to consider is the wattage, and that is the power obviously of the light, and that's going to be influenced partly by the size of the enclosure you want to heat and also the background temperature within the room. They're good for about a year in terms of their UVB output, which is the critical aspect. This particular unit is called a reflector. It will direct the rays from the bulb down onto your tortoise. In terms of the temperature, you're looking to get down here a temperature of about 32 to 35 degrees Celsius, and then obviously it will fall back the further you go away from the light, so that over that side it should be down in the low 20s. The final piece of equipment that you need to fit to the reflector, once the bulb's been screwed inside, is this heat shield. Now we're going to sort out the temperature control using the dimming thermostat here. The dimming thermostat works to regulate the light, which is obviously the heat source in this case, and we've preset that to the basking temperature of the young tortoise, and we have this particular aspect that we need to fix within the tortoise enclosure. This is a temperature probe that will feed back to the unit and tell it whether it needs to up the power or down the power, and thus increase the temperature or reduce it. The other piece of equipment you need when it comes to the heating system is to have a thermometer that you can actually monitor the basking spot and the temperature across the enclosure, which is so important for tortoises to enable them to thermoregulate, to adjust their own position according to their body temperature and requirements.